being able to help collaboration with artists. I have a music library here in town. I'm kind of a platform builder. I've been an artist since I was 12 years old. My dad helped me learn how to play guitar in the garage. And as soon as I started doing that, brought out the tape deck and wanted to learn how to record. So started out with just a microphone on a tape deck. Pretty soon I figured out how to use a karaoke feature on an AOA tape deck, if anybody remembers those from the 90s. So then from there, I was just able to kind of continue to learn and the DIY sort of thing. So that's where I came from, then had a career and got married, moved here to State College, and then during COVID, like a lot of people, you start picking up things again. So being able to get back into art, get back into music, and collaborate. One of the things that we came across was being able to, produce music remotely. I have a cousin who's out of the country, so we were able to connect during the pandemic, be able to make music back and forth, and then it was like, okay, what do we do with this? So we got into music for TV and film, and so with that, one of the things was you kind of go down that rabbit hole of trying to figure out how you can get, your music. And one of the things about the music industry that you find out really quick is, that everybody wants a buck. So they're trying to sell you, make it here, make it there, do this, do that. And so instead of going that route, I decided to build a platform of my own. So to be able to get a collective of artists, be able to put it together, and then be able to take that platform and then be able to take our community here and really try to be able to promote it out to the rest of the world. So that's the great thing now is we can have really a global aspect, to music with TV and film. So that has been the goal, is to be able to create this platform. I'll show you a little bit of it right here. So basically, we just end up with a way that you can be able to search, through artists, genres, have playlists. And then this is a platform where so many things nowadays, it's like they're trying to get money off of artists. That's selling the dream. So there's no cost to artists to be able to be on this platform. So we really want to be able to create a space where within the community, one thing that we find is, different people making different media. It's like, where do you go to be able to find locally produced music within that? So usually it's just an access issue, unless you know somebody, or you talk to an artist and you're like, hey, yeah, I can use my music in this indie film that we're doing or this commercial that we're doing. But trying to find like a centralized platform where we can have these things hosted, so that then we make that access easy for the community to be able to come to us, as creatives, and be able to have the opportunity to be able to keep it local, really, to be able to have that. So one thing that's been awesome about Three Dots really wants to be a connected hub, not just for here in State College, but also for the surrounding communities too. So we'll continue to do outreach like this, so tell your friends, and we'll be able to connect up so that we can be able to do that. So the idea is, we take stuff, we create things here, and then we share with the world, right? So right now, you got social media, you got things like that, you put it out there into the world, and you're like, oh man, I hope the algorithm likes me, and you play that game. So the second phase to that is, can we also have a place that we can help each other out with that algorithm? So I'll show you that. So the second place, this is a prototype of it. It's basically just a home. So, we kind of become brand islands, right? Where it's like, you got to use, put stuff on your own brand. It's got to look this way or that way. But this actually enables us to use the Collaborate feature on YouTube when we're making content. So you can make it on your own channel, but then you can share it to a centralized location. So then what we help the community to do is when you're looking, you know, where do I find an indie movie? Where do I find a local band? Where do I find, you know, a creator that's doing something interesting in our community? Right now, everybody's got their own little brand island, and it's really hard unless you know where to find them, be able to find them. So if we can have a centralized place that we can be able to connect up, be able to have these things hosted, you know, so that as we're promoting it, you know, out in the community knows they can have this place that they can come to and be able to find things. So that's basically the big concept, you know, that we're putting out there to be able to help creatives be able to connect together. And then with that, just real quick, so then right now we've got this contest going on along with the Central Pennsylvania Festival of the Arts. So anybody can be a part of this, even artists. What we're doing is, I don't know if you've ever seen like MusicBed, there's different libraries out there. They do like a 1 month like film challenge. We're doing it a little bit easier. We're making film, we're also making content, whatever it is that you want to do, make video, and be able to just feature Pennsylvania in some way. So are you recording in a space that we can recognize, you know, be able to see? You can be able to use, we've got our library, so if you're an artist, we want you in this library. You can use a track from here. Even if you're not yet, you can, you know, like maybe do like a little intro, you know, video about, you know, behind the scenes or like who you are. Use that as some little intro music. Then you can do a performance, whatever you want to do. But here's the 2 different ways that you can connect to the library. And then what we're going to do with this, we got some prizes. We're going to connect up with State Theater on Friday, July 10th, and we're going to screen these for the community. So once again, we're going to have another big push out there to be able to feature our artists that are in Central Pennsylvania, to be able to be a part of that. So they say we get around 125,000 people that come into the community during Arts Fest, so this is just another way that we can be able to push our artists out there, be able to help people to connect to what's going on, you know, here locally. So that's what we got. We're going to talk about this just a little bit more later this evening, but we're going to also share with you guys, just kind of give you an idea of, you know, kind of a run through. So we're connecting up with people that want to collaborate. So one of the things is collaboration over competition. So when we collaborate, even if we might think we might be in competition with one another, if we're a band, or a studio, if we're a videographer, whatever it is, when we bring in, you know, more clientele, bring in more work, it doesn't become competition anymore. You know, we're going to help each other out. You know, somebody's going to have a skill that we don't have. We're going to refer people. So when we are able to build the industry up, you know, there's going to be plenty for everybody. So that's kind of the idea there. So we're just going to do a little back on our, if you still have your app pulled up on here. So there's comments on there, so we'll just do a little interactive real quick. There's a way to comment on there. So take these different playlists, these different genres. If you're creating content, or if you're creating short film, whatever it is that you do, which one of these genres do you tend to use the most? So you find your little comment section. If you pull that up there, you can add in. And if it's not even one of these up here, maybe there's something else that you use that's not there. Feel free to put anything that you want in there. So we'll let you work on that. We're also going to have a couple of presentations. We got Colleen from Brass Factory here. She's also going to talk a little bit about what she's doing to help bring in some excitement. We've got Spark Pixel that's here talking about the film industry and what they've been doing in the scene. And then online, we've got Amelia from Penn State Music Group. So we're seeing how we can connect the university up with a record label that they have on campus. So we'll kind of try to move things along pretty quick here. We won't keep you out too late. And then later on, if you do want to stay, we're going to do kind of like a workshop for our filmmakers for creating this content and being able to collaborate and stuff. So if you're able to stick around, want to do that too. But otherwise, we'll kind of go through and just talk about what we've been up to and see how we can connect you guys all up together in doing so. So let's turn it over to Colleen, and we'll hear about Brass Factory.
Thank you, Casey.
You probably see it up there. Yeah.
All right. I got a quick little slideshow that I threw together for you guys today. So I'm Colleen Casserly. I am one half of Brass Factory. My other half is in the doorway taking pictures. So I grew up in the area. I'm from Altoona. I went to Penn State as well, double alumni, in HR, not in music. But I also spent all of my childhood, early life playing music. I started violin in 3rd grade, played bass guitar, upright bass, sang in chorus, pretty much everything that I could humanly do at one time having to do with music in school, I did. And now, super glad to be back in the area. I moved back from California in 2022, and we've been focused on trying to bring some more live events to the area. So my part in Brass Factory is providing a lot of the structure. If you guys book a show with us, I'm the one that's managing socials. I'm managing run a show the day of. I do a lot of the back-end admin work for us. Tyler, who's my partner, is our creative partner. He's built LED lighting for our shows and kind of helps with all of the technical aspects. And then we've also got Ryan Wapner is one of our partners who used to run an emergency scene in Altoona. It was an all-ages safe space for kids to go and listen to music, enjoy shows. So when Tyler and I moved back to Pennsylvania, we couldn't think of anybody else better to work with than Ryan, and trying to bring back the local music scene and bringing more shows back to the area again. And not just, your Live Nations or your shows at the arenas, the BJC shows and things like that. So that's kind of our team. Also special mention to Derek Mrjanovic, who's sitting in this room, that is an artist from Altoona that is extremely helpful to us every show that we do with lending some hands. So I wanted to share with you guys just 2 recap videos of different shows that we've done in the area over the past year. So we did an EDM show in partnership with Brass 16823 in Titan Energy Park. So we came in blank slate. It's an open industrial old factory in Bellefonte. We came in, set up lights, set up a makeshift floor stage, and did an EDM show. And then we also did an event at Liberty Hall in Altoona about 6 months ago. So the first one that I'll show you is from the EDM event, and then the second one is from our show in Altoona. And I think the audio should play, hopefully, as long as I did this right.
Hold up! I got you watching every night like a satellite. Let's go! I got you watching every night like a satellite.
So Tyler and I are also artists, so you'll notice our names are also on that flyer. But one of the events that we've done in the area, and then the other one was a little bit more closer to the heart from a nostalgia perspective. We partnered with Ryan and booked Punchline, which is a band from Pittsburgh area, to come back and play. It was also actually one of the first bands that Ryan ever booked when he was in high school and started an emergency scene. So it was a really special way to honor the 20th year anniversary this year, last year, end of last year. recap videos that we've put together from 2 of our events. But we're really big on utilizing spaces that may not have events that are going on regularly that can accommodate us to come in and do a pop-up show. So looking to steer away from, the Live Nation where you're just turnkey walking into a venue and really doing more special experiences for each one of those shows that kind of fit the vibe of the show as well. So the EDM show did really well out at Brass 16823, perfect vibe for that, nice and black, warehouse vibes, which was perfect for an EDM show. And then our other event that we did with Punchline was at Liberty Hall in Hollidaysburg, connected to the US Hotel. It's just a big open wedding venue space. So we brought in a stage, pipe and drape, and kind of did the whole shebang for that one. So really looking to partner with spaces that are in the area that want to bring something different, but also still giving a space for locals. So in both of those events that you saw, the recaps of all of the bands supporting whoever the touring artist was that was coming in are all from Blair and Center County. So we're very big on focusing that all support opening acts are from this area and that we're giving everybody a chance to network in the same way that we got to whenever we were growing up. So that's a little bit about me. I don't like talking about myself, so please come say hi. I'm excited to meet all of you guys. And thank you, Casey and Jean from Three Dots and Roy, wherever you're at, for helping to put on this event. Looking forward to doing more in the future. That's it.
All right. Thanks so much, Colleen. Appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to jump back to our activities here just real quick. So you guys still have the ability to comment back there. So if you want to tell us in your comments, let us know what you do, what your passion is, and not only that, but let us know what you'd love to see happen here in central Pennsylvania. If you had, any resources, whatever you could do, what's that dream that you have that you could see happen right here? So put that in the comments, and then we are going to pull up Amelia from Penn State Music Group here next.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Right, perfect. I'm so excited to be here today. So I'm Amelia Seven. I'm an artist. I run the PSMG student-run record label at Penn State, and I'm currently also an intern for Casey through Spaces in Between Productions. I work as a creative licensing intern. So today I'd like to kind of describe what PSMG's mission is and how we plan to kind of scale and make new connections throughout this year. So basically, PSMG, we're a student-run record label at Penn State, and we like to call us the home for music industry development at the moment. We have different divisions, which all of our members partake in. So we have different divisions under artist management, we have marketing, we have our new media team, which has worked wonderfully this year. So we have usually 2 videographers at our events, we have 2 photographers, and then we love to invite other professional videographers to the event to learn from and also just provide them that opportunity, whether it's for their media or news outlet. And then we have our A&R division. So I'm super excited. We have a lot more new talent this year. So I'm super excited about that. And then we're also working on vamping up our production side. So we're looking to partner with some local studios, local mixing and mastering engineers, so we can kind of learn through them and kind of maybe have an event with them. So here are our current artists. So we usually only have 3 to 4, but we've been able to kind of build our group, and as members keep rolling in, we're able to give more services to more artists. So right now we have 6. So we have I think our kind of founding members have been the Little Blue and the Stargazers, Natalie McMahon, and then I've been here for a bit. And then our new artists are Ava Plachter, Parkin Corley, and Sean Frozel. So if you guys have any events coming up, we'd love to partner with you. We recently did a state theater show where we had all of our artists in a big lineup, and this was a sold out show. We did this in the attic, and we're hoping to do it in the big auditorium for next semester. And this was a big hit, and this was a lot of fun. And thank you again to Casey. He helped live sound record for some of these events. And then, so our artists have been kind of known throughout the region as well. So my band, we won Battle of the Bands this year, and then also actually half of our artists were of the six kind of battle members. So that was really a big moment for PSMG. So we had Natalie McMahon and Sean Frozel also up there among the 6 selected bands to participate. So we also have a big NYC trip. So last semester, in the fall, we went to Universal Music Group and we got to go to Def Jam Records. And we actually got to meet with Justin Bieber's marketing team, which was really an incredible experience. So we kind of have these opportunities through our industry advisory board, which this is either Penn State alumni or people who have learned from Penn State alumni about us. And this is kind of proof to how these connections keep building us and making the region known, in New York, known in Nashville, known in many other places. And currently we have PSMG alumni who have gone through our services and have learned through our student-run record label, and now they're working at Sony and ASCAP, and we're super proud of them, and we're really excited to see how this affects this region and kind of keeps building us to, a more creatively known space. So I have a little recap video here.
We had a great time at Def Jam Records. We learned a lot about release strategy and how we can tailor that to our artists. Yeah. Bye. Bye.
So I'm super excited to plan our next New York trip. We have a YouTube music advisor at the moment, so we're going to visit their headquarters in New York. I'm really excited to collaborate more with her, as maybe I'm thinking about doing like a YouTube series of creatives here. So I'd love to hear anyone who would like to collaborate. So I have my email up here. This is my Penn State email. And then I also have our PSMG email, which is musicgroup@pennstate@gmail.com. So currently we're looking for music venues, recording studios to partner with, as we have 6 artists. So, we're recording music all the time. So we would love to have a space in State College that we consistently go to. We're looking to partner with news and media outlets, creative agencies, especially videography is a big one at the moment, and more artists. And hopefully we see you at one of our events or come partner with us. So thank you so much again. Thank you to 3 Dots and to Casey for inviting me.
All right, thanks so much, Amelia. Back over here. Where's our technical director tonight? Working stuff off the laptop ourselves. Oh boy. All right. There we go. Okay. How you guys holding up? We doing all right? Everybody doing okay? Hopefully you are seeing the connections that we're making here in the community and the possibilities within all these avenues. So next up, our little activity. If you come back to your app there and in the comments. So now that you've seen this much so far, where do you see yourself? So how could you fit in with this, with collaborating, with being able to provide support, whatever it is, how do you see yourself in what we've presented so far? So whether it's music licensing, music and film and TV, whether it's live shows, supporting touring artists coming in, whether it's production, being able to get that video, that's a huge part, being able to get us out there into the world. And then also, art, we also have, the space that art has within all of this in the creatives. And then our Penn State Music Group, being able to train up the next generation, be able to help them to see the connections that they can make, not only here in the community, but how we can work together to make those connections out in the music industry and the film industry out beyond State College too in central Pennsylvania. All right, so hopefully you see yourself in that vision within there. So Corey, do you want to tell us a little bit about our filmmaker crew that we've got? Sure. All right. Okay. So Corey from Spark Pixel, he's getting some pictures for us. We have some stuff going on here, and we'll be part of the workshop later on too. So thanks. Yeah.
Hey everyone, my name is Corey Beasley. I own a video production company called Spark Pixel, and I founded the Filmmakers and Actors of Center County. It's just a Facebook group, but we meet. There's no cost to join or anything. You just come, whatever. But we meet once a month at Webster's Cafe. It's been my hope that we bring people together specifically to collaborate, and that's what this event finally is. We haven't had an event like this since we started the group, so this is fantastic. So I'm happy that we're doing this. So I don't really need to talk much more. I'm not that important. So I mean, I am important, but you guys are more important, because I want to see you guys meeting somebody that has a skill maybe you don't have, but you need, because this is all about getting people together and doing a thing. Did you have more of these kind of prompts in here, or we wanted to do it like sort of in person, or?
Yeah, we'll do more.
Okay.
Yep, afterwards. So.
All right. So thank you.
Thank you, Corey. So yeah, if you haven't been able to check out the Filmmakers group at Webster's, connect up with that. They've got so many cool programs going on, projects. One thing, we've got a film commissioner in Center Region now, so they're trying to attract more filming to be able to happen. Also, to promote our local filmmakers here too. So how both of those come together. So hopefully, once again, you're seeing yourself, where do you fit in this picture? All these things that you can put together. So last up, we're just gonna have Gene from 3 Dots, and then we'll be able to open it up a little bit to some more active collaboration. So Gene, come on up. Let us know the space.
Hi, everyone. Hello, welcome. I'm always happy to see new faces come into 3 Dots. I've heard some of you walk in and say you've never been here before, so hallelujah, you stepped into the right joint tonight. I'm the director of operations here. I'm also an artist, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter. I'm really interested in film and storytelling. I've been telling stories my whole life. And I've been a single mother for decades. And so having to keep a roof over me and my kids' heads. I didn't really get to be very much of an artist, to be honest, and that's just the lot of women in society, especially a woman of my age and where I am. I came to State College in 1980, you know, wanted to go out and play and be part of a scene, and there wasn't. There was a little scene, right? But I remember going to the brick house and carrying my guitar with my jean skirt and my, you know, my white blouse, and I'm walking in and like, oh, are you doing classical music tonight? I'm like, no, I'm rocking out. Like, what's wrong with you people? But that's me. Above and beyond that, this is Three Dots. And Three Dots is an incubator. We've always, well, I've been here a little over almost 2.5 years, I guess. But even looking back in the beginnings of Three Dots, we were considered a hub, a place for community to come and develop artistically, collaboratively, communitarianly. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm making it up. And we are still that. We've gone through a number of iterations, and now here we are. When people ask me, what do you see Three Dots as? And this is it. We're a vessel. We are an open vessel. Walk through the door, give me an idea. If it's at all feasible, we'll figure out how to make it happen. If it's not feasible, we'll send you someone else and figure out how to make it happen. That's really what I personally see Three Dots as, and I think that Three Dots as a whole, that's what we want to be. So, having you all here, being an incubator that we are incubating you all to come back and continue to do new things and wonderful collaborative things, and things with Three Dots, and hopefully things with me, because my kids are grown now, and I'm still a singer, and I'm still a songwriter, and I'm still a storyteller, and I'm still a visual artist, and I want to hook up with people that can help me figure out how to make that happen out in the world, and I mean even just a little world, right? So I guess that's it. I guess that's all I got. And welcome, and I'm from Shamokin. If I start going back into these, those, them, and that's when I'm talking, that's why!
All right, thanks so much, Gene. Appreciate that. And having such a cool space like this to be able to host events. So just so you guys know, we already have events that we've been collaborating with Gene on. We're going to have those out there in the community and let you guys know what they are. We're also thinking about more things that we can do, so just keep that in mind, how we can be able to all work together and be able to, you know, have some killer events. So here's your first goal. If you are an indie filmmaker, if you make content of some sort, so what we're going to do first, we want to get Gene to be able to have a song in a locally produced film, short film content, whatever it is. So that's our first goal. We're going to get that. We're going to make that happen. So that's the vessel that we have to be able to do that. So, all right. So that's just a little bit of our vision. Hopefully you see yourself in there. We can put these things together. We can collaborate a little bit. So that'll be like the industry portion and the updates here.